Yeah. I do have more you can do. All right.
What's the Brandon Brooks update?
Yeah, good way to jump right into it. There's no change right there. He's continuing to progress, and if his status changes, I'll let you guys know.
How about your other injured players? List here: Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard.
Yeah, all trending upwards, and we'll see how the week continues to go. Again, not going to make any. We're hopeful for all those guys, and we'll see how the week goes. As today's a walkthrough, like it has been every other Wednesday. We're kind of settling into this schedule, and so probably think have more on that definitely on Friday.
Is your expectation that Jalen will be able to take the practice reps this week?
Yeah. Again, we'll see. Again, we're gonna do what we need to do and walk through today with how we divvy up the reps. Like last walkthrough, they both Gardner and Jalen got reps, and we'll do the same thing today, and then we'll see how everything goes tomorrow.
You mentioned settling into the schedule, Nick. Is this the way it's going to be the rest of the season, or is that still a fluid thing?
What you're saying as far as what we've been doing? Yeah, Thursday and Friday have been normal Thursdays and Fridays, and then Wednesday's been that walkthrough. So yeah, while we're in December, I know that was something we talked about. With a later buy of what we were doing, and now that we're in December, we're going to continue on that.
Nick, with the spike in COVID cases around the league, what have you guys done to, if anything, differently this week?
Yeah, we're very aware of what's obviously of everything that's going on, and we're taking precaution of what we're doing. I'm not going to get into everything that we've done that's different, but we're taking precaution to make sure that we have a competitive advantage over other teams.
How about as it applies to the quarterbacks? Do you keep them separate in case of an outbreak?
We're keeping them. I mean, again, you try to keep everybody separate, and you try to and. We did a little shuffling of our meeting rooms, but you try to keep everybody separate, and they're no different. It's we didn't send one of them home. I know, or anything like that. But we have space in our meetings that we feel comfortable with.
Do you guys feel you kind of have an advantage because you're coming off the bye week, so obviously everybody who came back in the building was tested first, so there's less of a chance of a spread,
Shoot, yeah, I'm just fortunate our guys, that we came back in and that we're in, we're not in, we don't have a lot of guys that tested positive after being on a bye week, and being out and about. So obviously the guys, credit to the guys that they were safe when they were out. They were cautious about what they were doing. And I know we got a couple guys on the protocol right now, but credit to the guys that they, how they handled the bye week and handled the precautions.
As far as you, like if something were to happen to you, coach-wise, is there a plan to who would be taking your place on the
Yeah,
side?
of course, yeah. And again, I don't need to get into everybody we have a plan for everybody. We have a plan if the quarterback goes down and our backup quarterback plays, and the same thing with play caller, same thing. They'll handle the duties there as the head coach. But yes, of course, we have a plan for everything there.
I'm trying to assess the opponent, who they're going to have available.
Hey, Les.
Do you know, who's vaccinated on Washington and things like that?
I do not.
You try to find out.
Yeah, we have to prepare. Again, obviously we know if a guy's not vaccinated, then he's got to wait longer than another guy. So we just have to, prepare for. Again, you just don't know when a guy's going to get back. So we're going to prepare. It just puts you in a little more situation, just like with McLaurin. You got to prepare for McLaurin to play. I won't get into the COVID stuff, but you have to prepare for McLaurin to play with him being in the protocol. And you got to do the same thing with guys that have the COVID issues as well. And so, because you just don't want to, again, and I talk a lot about not leaving any stone unturned. You don't want to be like, all right, McLaurin's not playing. You don't do the homework on him, and then you get bit by it. And so it's the same. I treat it the same way with the COVID stuff.
Coming out of the bye, after watching some of these games, with any kind of different revelation on head coaching and decision making?
Not anything new. We spend so much time, Jeff, in doing that each week. Now, I'm not able to sit on my couch and do it each week where I sit there and physically watch the games, but I have guys on the staff that bring me all the situations each week, and we put ourselves through the ringer every Friday, every Saturday. We do it as Friday as coaches, Thursday and Friday as coaches, Saturday as a team, where we put ourselves through all the different scenarios that come up throughout a week. It's just, again, it's not me picking some of those. Like in this week, I was able to be like, hey, put that on the coach's cut, and then this one on the player's cut for this week, because I was able to watch it. So there's not a lot new that's surprising us this late in the year, and so there was nothing, just because of the hard work and preparation that we've done to this point. But there was definitely a ton of teachable moments of what happened in the games, starting Thursday night, then going to the Army-Navy game, and then going to the rest of it, and even some of the 1AA stuff. I know it's not called that anymore, but again, and I watched Mount Union. We were doing our family stuff, and I had the stroller right here, and I had the Mount Union game on right here. Now we lost, which is a bummer, but I was able to watch that, and things popped up there. Anytime you watch football, this is why I love the sport so much. Anytime you watch something, it's always something new to be learned.
With an opportunity to move into a wild card spot this weekend and playoffs right there, what is your message to the team?
One game at a time. Don't think about the playoffs. Yeah, one game at a time, and one day at a time. And so it's what are we doing again to put ourselves in position to win this week? You can't think about who we play after this. You can't think about who we play, that we play them again in 2 weeks. You can't think about the last game that we have. It's only about this week, and it goes into when you watch games. You find yourself, when watching games, of course, like when we were watching games this week, I was rooting for certain teams, right? I was rooting for more AFC teams than NFC teams, right, when they played. But you can't control that, and you're just sitting there and you're just watching. Like, the only thing we can control is what we do each and every day. You can't get too ahead of yourself. How are we going to win this game this week? It's going to be by going out there and having a great detailed walkthrough and detailed meetings today.
You guys cleaned up a lot of your mistakes, the penalties and things like that. You're playing better football than you were earlier in the year. With this crucial stretch coming up, where you guys can be in control here, how much do you continue to stress those details? And the margin for errors, obviously.
Yeah, you stay again. Does it always go this way? But no. But like whatever you emphasize, I feel like you get better at. And so that's obviously something that we emphasize, and we're going to continue to emphasize. And just every little detail in the penalties is no different on that.
You guys obviously don't have a lot of
COVID tests, you've been relatively healthy this season. What has it been about this medical staff coming from other environments that has impressed you or is different than maybe you've seen prior?
Yeah, I think that's obviously everybody it's just a group. It's a group effort by the trainers and the strength staff and the doctors, and just the knowledge of the doctors. Again, obviously, Jeff, I'm getting to see it a lot more, right? In Indy, I'm not out, or in San Diego, or in Kansas City, I'm not sitting in the medical meeting. So, what's cool to be able to see is just the amount of, the collaboration of everything, the thought that goes into everything, and the detail that goes into everything. It's almost like it's the same as like a draft process, or it's the same as getting ready for a week. And so, and I think we have really detailed doctors, trainers, and strength staff. So just that's what's been cool. I can't completely compare it because I wasn't involved in much, but I just know how much detail and knowledge that that this medical staff has.
Hey, next, to Hurts for a second. What's the rationale behind splitting reps today between he and Gardner?
Yeah, just to make sure that again, I don't know what exactly is going to happen just like I didn't know last week and what exactly is going to happen. So you want to make sure that you're covered if you do it. If one guy can't play, and so that's it.
You got time for two more, Mike.
Nick, with the extra time to review the offense, what have you seen out of Devontae Smith, and what just stood out to you in his performance through the first 13 weeks?
Yeah, just him being a playmaker and the playmaker we thought he was, and he's just done a great job when we've targeted him, made plays in timely spots, has been able to win one-on-one. We know the routes. We feel really good about him winning one-on-one. We know what routes where he needs to work at more, and but just obviously excited that we have him on our team and that we that we have a go-to wide receiver like we have in Devontae.
Last one, guys.
Would you say you're encouraged by where Jalen is today with the ankle compared to when he left last week?
Yeah, because of just the time difference and everything like that. Again, I was hopeful 2 weeks ago at this time that he was going to play. Now he didn't end up playing, obviously, as we know. But time is healing it, and again, we go back to our doctors, our trainers, and our strength staff. We have good people in there working on him and getting him a little bit better each day.
If Quest can't play, what's the plan at receiver this week?
We have 5 receivers that we've had that we feel confident in, getting them the football, and so it's just next man up, and we'll see how practice goes this week of who we're going to bring up from the practice squad.
All right.
All right, thanks everybody.